I've managed to accumulate over 1 million travel award points and miles all through my 5-year credit card journey and over 7 different credit cards. Over that time, yes, I've paid a few $1,000s in annual fees, with the highest being $695 for the Amex Plat. But using some estimates published by the points guy, my points are worth about $18,000, and that's not including all the other perks and benefits like having offers and credits or elite statuses for different loyalty programs. So let's break down the exact journey I took to get to 1 million points, why I chose the cards that I did, how you could redeem these points for a lot of value, and what I plan to do next. And that all starts with my first award program, the Chase Ultimate Rewards program. Right now, I have about 300,000 points across my active cards, which at a 2 cents a point value would be about $6,000. But even if I were to cash out right now for travel through the portal, that's 1.25 cents a point, giving me a value of at least $37.50. Now, the first Chase card I got was back in September of 2017 when I signed up for the Chase Sapphire Preferred card that had a sign-up bonus of 60 to 80,000 points for hitting the minimum spend. But honestly, it wasn't the card that I really wanted because I just missed the offer for 100,000 points for the new at that time Chase Sapphire Reserve card. The card benefits have changed over the years, but for the 3 or so years after I got it, it was my go-to card because of its elevated points, getting 2 times points on overall travel, 3 times on dining, and 3 times on online groceries, as well as having a robust set of travel and purchase coverages with no foreign transaction fees. Those separate perks have alone saved me hundreds of dollars throughout the years, especially being able to waive primary car rental insurance that would save me about $20 to $30 every single day I rent a car. And all that heavy spending is why I have over 200,000 Chase points on this card alone, and makes the annual fees that I've paid throughout the years well worth it, which is the same story for all the cards I've gotten over the years, all while paying $0 in interest charges and late fees. Then later in January of 2021, I decided to pick up the Chase Freedom Flex card because it had an elevated bonus of $200 plus 5% back on grocery store purchases in the first year, where both the $200 and the cashback were paid out in Chase points instead. So $200 would actually be 20,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points. Given that this card has no annual fee, I plan to keep it for as long as I can for 2 main reasons. One, the card has really strong multipliers for a lot of everyday spend, giving you 5 times points when spending on one of the quarterly categories, which have been really useful, ranging from groceries to PayPal to Amazon and more. You do have to remember to activate these offers every quarter, but I try to only spend with this card in those categories for those few months because getting 5 times back in any category is crazy, especially for a no annual fee card. And the second reason I'll probably keep this card forever is credit score, both because it increases my overall credit limit across all my cards and adds to the length of my credit history the longer I have it open. Now you might ask, doesn't opening so many credit cards kill your credit score? Well, not really, and I think that's a myth. As long as you use your cards responsibly, they can actually help your score, not kill it. Because the only drop comes from the hard pull companies do when you sign up for the card, which is usually just a few points over a few months. And new credit only accounts for about 10% of your overall credit score. If you want more details on any of the cards we talk about today, I'll link some resources down below. Alright, enough about Chase. Let's move on to the American Express Membership Rewards program, where I have over 330,000 MR points, which at 2 cents a point is valued at about $6,600. Although if I really want to cash it out for money right now, which I don't want to, I can get between $2,000 to $4,000 depending on which method I use. And here, the one card that has earned me all of these MR points would have to be my American Express Platinum card that I first got back in December of 2018. Yes, the annual fee has gone up from $550 to $695 and has turned into more of a coupon book in the recent years, but there are many reasons why I still have it open, which I can put into 3 buckets. 1. Surprisingly, I use a lot of the credits. For example, I travel at least a few times a year, so I can easily use the $200 in yearly hotel credit, which is the same for the $200 in airline fee credit because I fly Alaska a lot and I can use the credit towards paying for the Comfort Plus seats. Then there's the $200 in Uber Cash that's paid out monthly, and honestly with Uber prices nowadays, it really only covers like 1 ride, so that's easy to use. And lastly, with the $100 in Saks Fifth Avenue credit, I've mainly been using it around holidays for gifts for White Elephant and Secret Santa. So all of the credits that I use already sum up to $700, which is enough to cover the yearly annual fee. And that's not even including the points or other perks yet, which is reason number 2, I still consistently get value out of the other perks. Throughout the years, I've saved over $500 in Amex offers, hundreds of dollars with return protection, tons of visits to awesome lounges around the world, and elite statuses at plenty of loyalty programs, some having saved me almost $900 on my trip to Vegas, which you can check out up there. And then reason number 3 is the awesome customer service and retention offers. The 24/7 live chat is unparalleled. You can ask them anything and get it resolved without having to talk to anyone over the phone. And over my 3.5 years with the card, I've gotten 2 retention offers, totaling 105,000 points. So between all that, I've definitely gotten way more value than I've paid in annual fees. And that's not including the 330,000 points I have in one of the most valuable point currencies in the credit card game. Just between Chase and Amex, that's a lot of points, and I do plan on putting them to use soon. The only reason I haven't is the first few years with these cards was more accumulating points, and the more recent few years, everything has been shut down. So hopefully I can go on my aspirational trip soon, like flying to Japan for just 90,000 points round trip in business class, because Virgin Atlantic is a transfer partner for both American Express and Chase. And compared to the sticker value, that would value my points at about 10 cents a point, which blows the average 2 cents a point out of the water. And fortunately, I should have saved up enough to bring my close ones on the trip as well. Okay, so on to the next program I have points in, which is the Marriott Rewards program, where I have 240,000 points, which at an average of 0.8 cents a point is worth about $1,920. Unfortunately, these points have been here a while because they stem back to the Marriott Premier card that I got back in 2017, which no longer exists. It was an $85 annual fee card that had a decent sign-up bonus and a yearly 25K night certificate for use at Marriott properties. But with the recent devaluation of their points, it's really hard to find a property that takes a 25K certificate. On the bright side, they recently added a top-up program where you can add 15,000 points on top of your certificates. So technically between the two, I can look for rooms in the 40K point range. Apart from that, I believe one of the best ways to use Marriott points is transferring through one of their 40 airline partners, where you can get a 5,000 mile bonus for every 60,000 transferred, or book hotel stays of 5 nights long to take advantage of 5th night free. If you know any other interesting ways to use these points, let me know down below. Next, I got the United Mileage Plus Explorer card back in 2020, where after I signed up and hit the annual fee, netted me about 66,000 United points, which at a value of 1.2 cents a point is worth about $800. Now, if you fly United a lot, this can come in really helpful because of the United Club passes and free check bags. But given 2020 happened and also SeaTac isn't a United hub, I didn't find much use for the card. So after the first year, I downgraded it to the United Gateway card, which has no annual fee, but will still keep my card history open. I don't have any immediate uses for my United points, but they are good for some short haul flights within the US or on business class flights over to Europe if available. But United has been more on the sidelines for me in terms of keeping track of all my points. Now, the most recent addition to my points would be the Capital One Rewards program, where I currently have 145,000 points, which at a 1.85 cents a point value puts it at about $2,700. But if I really wanted to cash out right now, that's about a $1,450 in value. And all these points were made possible by the new Capital One Venture X card I got back in 2021 when it still had the 100,000 point sign-up offer. And it's quite a straightforward no-frills card, having an annual fee of $395 that's essentially offset by the annual $300 in travel credit and 10,000 miles or $100 in anniversary bonus. Especially with things opening again, I can really see myself using both credits to its fullest, which means effectively the card is paying me $5 to keep it open for the foreseeable future. Which is great because having 2 times points on a catch-all category is something unique in the semi-premium credit card world. Okay, so with any type of credit card points, there are a few ways you can go about spending them. One, I can cash them all out now and not have to think about it ever again. While this may be a really good option for some, I'm fortunate to be in a place where I don't need the money right now, and I'd rather put it towards travel where I can extract more value from these points. Also, me being very interested in this space helps me stay connected and wanting to do more with my points. 2, you can redeem for decent value for economy travel, around 1 to 1.5 cents a point. But usually economy travel is more short haul flights and aren't that expensive anyways, so I prefer not to spend my points here. Instead, I'd rather pay cash and earn even more points because cards like the Amex Plat will give you 5 times points when booking either through their portal or directly. And I have hundreds of dollars in travel credit throughout my different cards too. Which leaves option number 3, which is saving your points for aspirational travel, which is something that I plan to do with my points. I know that I'll likely never pull the trigger paying $8,000 in cash for a business class flight, but I'll definitely pay 90,000 points instead. Everyone works hard and deserves good things, and I consider my points and miles a way that I can justify more luxurious travel. It also helps that my work schedule is more or less flexible, and I'd also like to take my parents on nicer trips because they're near retirement age and I want to give them some nice experiences. That said, I've only been able to get to where I am by putting in the time and effort to stay connected in the entire credit card space, as well as my own career and finances. Because jumping into credit cards, especially premium ones, can be dangerous or just not suited for your situation. So check out this video where I break down some reasons why you shouldn't go for premium cards at all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.